So I've been playing this small little indie tower defense game called PixLR Tower Defense. You know, it only has like, I don't know, maybe like 50 players or something, and not really a lot of people know about it. And today I will be ranking all the characters in the game. The reason why I'm doing this is just putting everybody into like one tier list in one singular video, because I'm seeing people make one full video on one single character and one single gun. Bro, that's gonna take ages, but they get good views. So applause to them. Anyways, this is basically the PixLR Tower Defense tier list for characters only. I will do another video on guns, and there's like tons of guns, bro. I'm doing the easier one first. Must have, pretty good, viable, straight trash, and camper. I'm gonna put the camper on like its own row. The camper is just the camper is pretty good. If for the people that really want to know like what the camper is like, the camper is basically, you know, it stays up on the hills and such, and if you have no money for like a Hitman or something else, the camper just works just fine. It's $175, it's affordable, and it pretty much just does the job, to be honest. Alright, so now let's go back to all the towers. You already know, this is the Noob. This is one of the starter characters in the game, and it's really reasonable, to be honest. The Noob is not bad, I would say. Like, it's free. It's free. It's literally fucking free. You can't really fault it and all that much, because it's just free, man. It's just free. It shoots really slowly, you know, it doesn't do damage with like much with guns, you know, and stuff like the Pro and stuff like the Exploiter, the Pay to Win, like all these other ones basically just overtake the Noob's role completely. But then if you're like a beginner and you're starting out and such, I think the Noob just does the job well. If you have everything, like you're never gonna equip the Noob. Like, definitely, you're 100% not even gonna equip the Noob. So yeah, next, the Spammer. The Spammer is basically less range, more fire rate, and yeah, that's basically just how it works. And he has a shotgun on his hand, and that's like really the most OP thing with it, I guess. Both of these are not that bad per se. They have like their own uses, and if you're like a beginner to like intermediate player, I understand using them. But if you have all these, man, like there's no point using any of these. I can finally talk about the characters that I actually use now. The Spammer and the Mealer, is that, oh, bro, that's such a weird name. They're both like similar. They have like really less range, and they sacrifice like that range for like short distance attacks as well. It's viable. It's kind of viable. It doesn't have shit on like the Hitman. A few guns can do well with like the Mealer, even though the guy doesn't like to use guns for some reason. One of the things that I really liked about the Mealer though is its camo detection. I think this was like the first like character that I officially bought and whatever. It was the first character that had like camo detection right out of the gate. So if you're like a beginner to like intermediate player, I can see this being like incredibly good for you. Even if you completed like the whole game and like you have all the towers and shit, it's kind of viable, but there are better options. This man has saved me so many games. Must have. Oh my god, that's such a shitty crop. What the hell? Maybe they will like be like other characters that might, you know, like kill off the Hitman in the future, but as of today, the Hitman is a god. You cannot have this man off of your list. He's a legend. The only disadvantage that I can see Hitman is that it's only like viable to like the cliffs and whatever. Other than that, it's a god. It's like incredibly good. If you don't want to sell out on the camper, you just want to get like the Hitman is just your best friend, to be honest. Like, its fire rate, its damage, and everything on with the Hitman is OP. The cost as well is pretty reasonable. It's like 500 to deploy it, and yeah, honestly, the Hitman is just a must-have in my opinion. The Pro also goes into this equation as well. They're basically the same. Like, these two are basically the most similar, and the only difference is that one is for the cliffs and one's is for the ground, basically. Both of them charge like 500 plus for their deployment. They're pretty good, and they're pretty versatile with like tons of guns. These two, in my opinion, are literally like the most versatile characters. I'm kind of bumping them into like the same group, and they have like the same business suit as well. They work well with like the Prototype, the Exterminator, the Headhunter. They work well with almost every gun. If you have two of these, I think you pretty much are like an intermediate to late game player already, provided that you know what you're doing. going, of course. The lag switcher is a bit weird because he just stops for a while, then he lag switch, and then he makes like a ton of barrage of bullets and whatever. Like he's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. He's pretty good for his price. He's a steal, bro. He's a fucking steal. I think the thing about the lag switcher is that its use totally depends on what kind of guns you use. Like if you give him like an Uzi or like a shitty gun, he just shits himself. He's just terrible. But if you give him like a good weapon, like I don't know, like an exterminator or something like that, yeah, he packs a punch. This guy is more like a late game kind of character, even though it's like super cheap. It's more of like a late game kind of type of character. It has saved me like a couple times here and there, but it's been pretty inconsistent with the saving, I guess. But it's pretty good. It's something that I keep in like rotation, so I put it in like the pretty good category. The Kill Stealer. Yeah, why not? The Kill Stealer is pretty good. One of the most favorite things about the Kill Stealer is that it's dirt cheap. 165. That's dirt cheap, bro. Like literally. Like the Kill Stealer has nothing. Kind of like a worse version of the Pro, and it's like a bit better than like the Noob and whatever. And its kill stealing ability is kind of but $165 for its deployment, bro. That's a steal right there, bro. That's a steal. I usually use this as my beginning towers, like cheapest tower that I can get with like early game defense or whatever. So even though it kind of loses some of its effectiveness to like late game or whatever, I still like it. I know this is gonna be controversial. But pay to win, straight trash. This dude's like OP as shit, don't get me wrong, but god damn it, man, he's super expensive. He's like the best character in the game, but he's just stupidly expensive, man. I can't believe it. Good, its upgrades are like equally overpriced, by the way. What's the point of getting a pay to win if I'm gonna die before I even max out the character? No, you're going to the bin. You're going to the bin now. So, the Exploiter. I'm not too sure about the Exploiter, to be honest. It goes into like the pay to win category of being stupidly expensive. I'm not too sure about this, to be honest. I mean, I don't use it that much, actually. Thinking about it, I don't use the Exploiter that much. I stick to like this main 4 most of the time. Better than pay to win right off the gate, because pay to win, like, it relies on like its upgrades or whatever to make it like OP and shit. It's more expensive. It's 1,300. Yes, it takes a bite out of my wallet, but at least it's good right out of the gate. And so yeah, this is basically just my tier list. I mostly use the Hitman, the Pro, the Kill Switcher, and Lag Switcher. Yeah, this is basically like my main 4 technically. There's going to be new towers in the future, and there's also going to be a new video discussing about the guns. Yes, it's pixel gun tower defense. Yes, there's guns in this game, and these guys are wielding guns as well. So there's gonna be a tier list about the guns. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, I hope this tier list helped you, I guess. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.